What's going on, guys, and welcome to Pensacola, home of beautiful beaches, a nice downtown area, and the newest two-way player in the Marlins organization. Now, don't get me wrong, hopefully this isn't our home for too long, because I'd rather be down in Miami than up in the Panhandle, but we'll see how quickly we end up progressing. Now, quickly, before we end up getting into the games, for pre-ordering this game, apparently I ended up getting a handful of packs that actually had equipment in them, as well as around 20,000 stubs. So, I think we're going to end up putting on a lot of those equipment pieces, but not just that, but I think we're also going to use 15,000 of that 20,000 and end up getting a diamond equipment. I know some people might consider this cheating a little bit, but honestly, I really want to get up to the majors as quick as possible, and I think that maybe having a diamond equipment piece might help us out a little bit. Question is it actually going to help us on the mound? As it looks like we do end up having a glove, we've got some cleats, we also have something that helps with the hitting perks as well. But honestly, I think we're going to end up going with the glove. I think that's a dope-ass glove, and not just that, but once we end up getting some perks for fielding and for pitching, that's going to help out even more. And again, that's actually going to look really good on us when we're out on the mound. Now, I don't think that we're going to be getting the same kind of boost that we did back in MLB The Show 24. But again, once we end up putting these equipment pieces on him, then we'll end up finding out exactly what they're going to do, especially when we get perks that are going to help us with our pitching. And it does look like that's going to be the case. So it looks like it's just going to be giving a boost to the perks that you end up having, which honestly I think is actually pretty cool. A lot different than what it was in the last game, but still really awesome to end up having. So once we end up getting those cleats on there, again, that's going to give us a 4% to base running and pitching perks. This glove's going to give us 6% once we end up getting some of those perks. And then, of course, we have batting gloves that are gold, as well as this diamond bat as well. So that is actually going to help us with the hitting. That's actually going to be really great to have because, again, we are not necessarily the greatest hitter as of right now. We're still a 61 as a starting pitcher, and we go up to a 55 as a third baseman. Now, I also noticed that we have 11 skill points as well. So let's go in here and let's up a couple things because, honestly, again, I would really like to up some of these things to help our pitching. And plus, I would actually like to up the contact as well. Now, we could end up waiting to get one more to be able to get the per 9 to go up because that's going to help a lot of our pitching stats. However, the big game is actually really important too. So I think we're going to do one in the big game and then one in contact as well. That is going to take everything that we have, all 11. That's okay. We're going to save up for the per 9 later on. And honestly, this is going to help us out quite a bit. And now that I'm looking at it, maybe we shouldn't have done that. I did not see if we hit RB, we'd be able to actually up some of these. So that's going to have to be the next thing, I think. This is great for our tools and everything like that. But next, I think we really need to upgrade a lot of our pitches. And it's probably going to start with our two-seam and then move into our circle change and just kind of move forward after that. But it's good to see it. Wish I would have seen that before I spent those 11 skill points. But we have a handful of games coming up here, especially this first series against the Shuckers, and we're going to be able to get some more skill points. So if we look at the calendar right now, we are starting in March, don't have any games until we get into April. That is obviously going to be the first 3-game set that we end up having. That's going to be a really fun series. Again, we're not going to be pitching until the second game of the second series that we have, but I think that means that the first 4 games we're going to be able to be in the field and be able to also be in the batter's box, which might not necessarily seem like a perk for the way that I hit, but we'll find out. As the season goes on, as we get a little bit better and upgrade the contact and the power and everything, maybe we'll actually become a better hitter? I don't know. We'll find out. Somehow, we are the 4-hitter. I don't know why they're putting us there. That is not the smartest place to put us. However, we are the second highest in overall of any player on our team. So let's go out there, let's prove that we are, and hopefully we can pick up at least one hit in this one. And that is not a great start, as Biloxi, which apparently is a city in Mississippi, does have a 4-0 lead right now. And wow, we're actually starting out as the number 100 MLB prospect as we put this one in play. However, we do end up grounding out to the second baseman, but hey, no strikeouts today, that's the goal. Thankfully, we do end up picking up 1 run in that, which is great. But it would be even better if we can find a way to actually get a base hit. Was not expecting the cutter right there. I don't know why. But let's go. We actually pound one deep. But that is, unfortunately, going to be caught. But at least we're making solid contact. And at least our offense is picking it up too, because it is 4-3 now in the 5th inning. Great to know that we've kind of stopped the bleeding and we pick some up as we just keep chasing at those high fastballs, man. It's a tough one to hit. It is a tough one to hit, but we should be doing fine. And we should not be swinging at sinkers in the dirt. But that's all right. 0-2 count. We need to pick up a base hit here, or at least make some contact. As we don't, we swing through the fastball outside and up, and that's how we end the 5th inning. So maybe we don't accomplish our goal of not striking out, but hey, you know what? Maybe we can do something in the field. And that is a nice throw. Are we... Oh my gosh. We actually got it! No shot! I thought that was going to be out. I don't know why we're trying to be Derek Jeter over there, but hey, it ended up working out. We went to our offhand, and we actually jump and make the play. I don't know if we should have gotten that, but hey, we did. Just by a half step. And would you look at that? We're actually up now. Let's see if we can drive in another run, though, and keep this inning going. And that is a nice hit that actually gets through the infield. And we're going to just hold it 1. We didn't hit a home run, which was unfortunately our challenge, but we got our first career AA hit, and that's a damn good feeling. But now we got a base run here. We just got to not... Nope, go back. We just got to not run into an out, you know? I got to remember exactly what we were doing. Let's extend the lead a little bit. What do you say to that, huh? There we go. Oh, all right. He lined out right there. So, okay, that's 2 outs. It's a damn good thing it sent us back anyways because, yeah, I would have run. But the good news, though, is at least now we have 2 outs, so we're going to run on anything. So let's see if he makes... Let's go! Slide! All right, yeah, he ended up grounding out anyways. But hey, we got our first career AA hit. And even though it wasn't an RBI, at least we're still up by 1. And thankfully, in our first AA game, we end up picking up the win. Well, maybe not us as a pitcher, but we do as a team. And we're starting off the season 1-0. Not just that, but we got our first hit. So we're pretty happy with that. Again, could have been a little bit better, could have made better contact, but we only struck out once. And again, not too bad with the single. I'm not going to lie, it's going to be so weird just going through these games so quickly. And hey, would you look at that? Are they going to be talking about us? Oh, you bet. We're up there in the top 100. I know in the last kind of graphic it showed that we were number 100, but did we actually climb up a little bit higher? And maybe we are just number 100, but hey, at least we're getting congratulated by a lot of people, including our agent, which is really, really cool. Cool, I'm happy for us too. Yeah, we're currently number 100 out of 100 on that list, but hey, at least I'm on there. I mean, it took us a little while to be able to get up there in the last series, so the fact that we're actually kind of starting up there is a really good sign. Let's just hope that we can continue to rise and we don't drop below that. So right now we're actually number 26 as a starter and number 6 in the Marlins organization. That's pretty cool. So let's see what we can do to make our way up there a little bit quicker, and hopefully we can make the big leads much quicker than we did in the last one. But again, taking on the same exact team, we're still in the 4-hole, which is cool to see. It means we're going to get some pretty good looks here. Let's see if we can end up going out there and dominating them this time, though. And that can start here in the 2nd inning. Let's go with the power swing right off the bat. And that was a big mistake, because that is going to be a ground out to the shortstop, who unfortunately has the arm to throw out our 48 speed. But now we can make up for it in the field. If we get a nice ground ball, we could turn a double play right here. Can we? Oh, no. Oh, yeah, we ended up canceling the throw. It told us to go 2 first, and then it went to 1. Obviously, we canceled our throw, but we'll get better at that. Unfortunately, that did lead to 2 runs, which means we're going to have to find a way to get those back. And maybe with a home run, we could do that. Oh, just a little too late. Brother, that was... Oh, that could have been a good hit right there. That's all right. Now we have to look for one of his off-speed more than likely. He's not going to come back with another fastball. I said that and I still swung at it. That's my bad. I should know better than that. I do. I just don't practice what I preach. as I swing at another slider, and that is how we end the inning. All right, we're going to have to figure something out. And by something, I mean getting a base hit here, because it is 4-1 in the 7th, and we're starting to lose time here. Was actually a great pitch. We should have been a lot better at that. I need to be better at knowing where to place this thing. Yeah, that was way up. And I had it down. I thought I flicked it up, but that's okay. 0-2 count. He's probably going to go low. Let's cheat down there. And that is what he does. And let's go. We get another base hit. And let's go. That's a 2-game hitting streak. Would you look at that? It's unfortunate that they are both just straight up singles, but hey, you know, you take what you can get. Now with no outs, got a 1-2 count. And let's go. That is going to be a double play. Try to break it up. And that is not going to be the case. That is going to be a double play. But hey, at least it's not our fault. And we're definitely running out of time. We wouldn't even be the tying run. Ah, damn it. That was the one right there. We were a little late on it too. I'm kind of expecting a slider here. But we'll see. Wow, he went with the 4-seamer again. Rough. Okay, now we just need to see it out of his hand. Expect an off speed. But he goes fastball again. He's gone 3 fastballs. No shot he's going for it again. This has got to be a slider down and away. 4 straight fastballs, huh? It teaches me for looking off speed. So we do drop that one 4-1, but hey, at least we get another base hit. We'll take that. I don't necessarily think that, you know, hitting 250 is really going to wow a lot of the higher-ups in the organization, but still, at least we're getting base hits. Now let's see if we can do it in this game too. It's the last game of this series, and it'd be really nice to win the first series of the season. And it looks like they moved us up to number 3 in the order, and I can understand that. We were not generating a lot of power, so maybe we'll do better in kind of more of a contact role. And all right, let's go. The first 2 guys ended up getting out, which means we need to get a base hit here. And that is not going to be that. That is going to be a ground out to third. And unfortunately, that was 1 pitch, 1 out. And man, the offense is not generating anything today. Although theirs has generated a run. Oh my gosh. I should have seen that little curve. That little apex that it had. That's okay though. We got this. Just 1 strike. That's all. Nope. You leave that one out. You're not swinging at that. When it's both high and outside, no, we can't swing at that. Sorry. We just can't. 1-1. Just a little late on that one. And yeah, that launch angle was a little too high. Come on, give me something good right here, buddy. I know it's a 1-2 count. I feel off speed is coming. We knew it was coming there too. And I still swung at it just a little early. Well, thankfully the offense generated 2 runs, but we got a guy with on second with no outs. Okay, you know what? Let's get him at home. Oh, come on. We could have, again, it went 4 and then it said 2. I wish you didn't have to cancel it, honestly. So, there we go. It's a tie game again, but no outs guy on first. Let's just put something in play. Just no double plays, though. We're sitting on that curve. We sat on it a little too long. That's tough. That's all right. We can do better than that. We wanted a better pitch. Curveball ain't that. Oh, see you in Miami soon. God, I hope so. Pensacola's been a little boring, although they do have a nice Ferris wheel. That's cool. There we go. Damn it, that's going to be a double play. And I thought putting it in play was going to be better. Oh, let's go. Make up for that in the field. At least get someone out here. Time to push the outer pulse ring, the inner green ring, and hit A to make the catch. Okay. Oh, that's off. But it's alright. Do we get it? Nice. I know you stopped it. Come on. No. That's rough. Came close to it, I guess, but hey, another thing that we're going to just have to get better at. Alright, now this is where we have to really shine. 2 outs, first and second. We need to drive one of these guys in right now. We need to take control of this. You late on that on that four-seamer. At least we know that most pitchers are only going to be within 10 miles an hour of each other. Just like that slider right there. Getting too overzealous. Let's go. Come on. Just a little contact. That's it. Well, yeah, that made contact with the ground when the ball hit it, not us hitting it. And boy, we strike out. Awesome. Well, it looks like this game really wants us to be the hero here because it's the 11th inning tie game still. Why are you swinging at a cut up and out? Okay, the changeup is the thing I'm most worried about, honestly, as ridiculous as that sounds. But I should be worried about the slider. Come on, we've already made contact multiple times today. We're getting better. At least I thought we were. We swing at the slider up again. My lord. We got to get better. I know I say that all the time, but it's just got to happen at some point here. But come on, first 3 games, we gotta cut ourselves some slack. Thankfully, though, we do end up winning 4-3, and if we can keep this these wins up, that'd be really great. I mean, I know that's not going to translate to the majors per se, but still, it'd be nice to be able to be on one of the better teams in AA. So maybe not the best day at the plate, but that's all right. We have plenty more opportunities to be able to get a little bit better. So let's sim forward. Looks like we got ourselves a little bit of a practice. And honestly, I'm going to the bullpen. We need to be better at that, honestly, because I feel like our pitching is where we're really going to thrive, and I want to make sure that we are as best as we can when we get on the bump. So honestly, I feel like we need to really work on the control of things because that's something that's really lacking for us right now. And we saw, granted, it wasn't high school and college, but we didn't have great accuracy. So if we can up that here, I think that's going to be most beneficial for us. But let's get into this one. Looks like we're hitting number 3 again, but we're the DH today. So we're not going to be playing third, which I'm totally okay with. Let's even go out there and pick up at least a couple base hits. Imagine our first multi-hit game. Now, how long do you think it's going to take for them to get sick of us and actually take us out of the lineup? Gosh, that is just late. It's just late. Hey, we went up to number 98. I guess 2 guys got promoted. Good for them. Congratulations. Gosh, we're not catching up the fastball. My goodness. Is he going to continue to go that? Maybe he goes cutter this time? Well, at least we're efficient. We did it on 3 pitches. And at least the team has a base hit. And boy, it's a gloomy day today. Come on. It's a perfect day to get a hit. F and circle change, man. That's just a nice pitch from him. Can't be upset. And again, we're late on the 4-seam, right? Yeah, very late on that. Dude, I'm just so used to seeing off-speed with this guy now. And it's another 3 pitches. All right, come on. One of these is going to get put in play. We can be clutch later in the game. Granted, it's 3-0. We're winning right now, so it's not like we need to produce, but it would be really nice. As we're still late on the 4-seam. Granted, this guy is throwing a little bit harder. Max is out at 97, so it's a little worrisome, I'm not going to lie. But it could be worse. There we go. We at least put the ball in play. Even though it is going to be a flyout, but hey. At least we didn't strike out this time. And it looks like we end up winning, but we went 0 for 3 after an 0 for 5 performance. We're not going to be in the field quite often, and we're not going to be in this lineup a lot. I think we might just have to rely on our pitching. The one thing that does make me feel better, though, is that we're coming up to our first start in AA. And that makes me excited as we take on the Montgomery Biscuits, team that we just ended up facing and just ended up shutting out. Who's to say that we can't do it again? Again, their lineup actually looks pretty good. 63, 62 overall. A couple other guys around the 60s. Let's hope that we can go out there and just kind of shut them down. Looks like we're going to be hitting third again. So let's see, maybe we can get an extra base hit in this one. And I'm not going to be greedy and ask for a multi-hit game, just as long as we actually get one into a gap. Let's go. First AA start. I am super excited for this. We have not been doing well in the field. And apparently not well on the mound either, as we end up giving up a base hit on the first pitch of the game. At this point, I don't feel like they're ever going to move us up. That's okay, though. He's stealing. And now they got a guy in scoring position. Okay, well, this game is not going how I wanted it to right now. But we're going to be all right. We can get better. We pick up that strike on the outer half, which is great to see. We're going to go slurve. Get it out there, too. That's a beautiful pitch. And now let's finish him off with a fastball up. There it is. Yikes. So where do we go? He wants to go fastball again? I disagree. We're going to go circle change down and in, though. I was hoping maybe he would swing at that. That did not happen, though, and we're going to end up going slurve to finish him off. We ended up working on that accuracy, or the control, I guess. And obviously that did not pay off right there. So I agree. We'll go circle change to end it. Keep it in the zone, though. It's going to be our first run, too, isn't it? Bro, you didn't even come up throwing. You didn't even give a damn. That's horrible. That's piss-poor effort. That is terrible. That's okay, though. No more base runners. Let's get out of this one right now. Is these going to? Terrible throw down to second. But then again, a terrible pitch to try to get him going down there. That's unfortunate. And that's going to be a double down the line. Man, we are a far cry from where we were in MLB The Show 24. I miss that pitcher now. What happened to him? Either way, though, let's try to get out of this. This is really, really disappointing. And there we go. That's going to be a pop-out at least. It's back up third. He's not going to go, especially with that 46 speed. And at least we got our first out of the game. Now, if we can get some strikeouts, that'd be even better. I know we don't really have the stats for it, but it's alright. We're going to figure it out here. Let's go fastball up and in. Yes, he did. And now we're going to get him with the split down. I don't know what this catch is calling. But there we go. Looking strikeout. 2 outs in the inning now. We're starting to really kind of calm down. Now let's make sure that we close this out without giving up another run. Maybe a changeup will do it? No. Not great. Not great. We do not want to keep that down in the zone like that. I mean, we do want to keep it down, but we don't want to keep it out of the zone and in the dirt. As that is going to be yet another run into the gap. He'll get that, but he could throw him out at second. No, he can't because he's got a weak-ass arm. And that's already 3 runs. Wow. Sad. Sad. Let's go split. I agree. Not great. It's okay, though. Let's go fastball up and in. Just missed the zone. That's not good. Let's go change. Yikes. Hopefully you can't get cut from your AA team. Wow, we end up walking them. Alright, we're getting those jitters out. We'll be good going forward. Don't worry. Look, you always got to get that one bad start out of the way. It's the start of our professional career, man. You got to cut us some slack. You know, again, we're a 61 overall. Like, that's pathetic. Yeah, we can't get him to swing at that. It's alright, though, because Brock... Fastball up and in. He whiffs at that one. I don't know what he was looking for, but he was way early on that. At least we got 2 strikeouts, but 3 runs. At least we have a chance to kind of help our cause here. We're up in the first inning. Well, because we're hitting 3. It's at least... I was going to say not be a double play, but we're slow as hell. And that's going to be an inning-ending double play. They got to be sick of us at this point, even if it has only been 5 games. So not great offensively, but we have a chance to make up for this. We just need to be perfect from here on out. I don't know what that's going to necessarily entail, but we're going to do it. Let's go change, down and in. We'll set up for a down and out slurve if we could have gotten that in the zone. Go fastball in, kind of jam him a little bit. Again, it'll kind of help out when we end up going down and away. But instead, at least, it's a pop-out to right field. There we go. We get the first out of the inning on the first batter. That's a good feeling. But now, unfortunately, we're facing the top of the order again. And we're just hoping that we can get through this really smoothly. First pitch strike, we get a +5 on that. You'll love to see it. That looks good. Actually, it didn't, but it worked out. Jam him up and in. Just don't hit him. Okay. Ass guys, you're going to chase it down in a way, Slurve. Watch this one. This one's perfect. Lee out to the second baseman. We just didn't throw that well. We threw that too far in where it actually was over the plate too much. And especially on that count, we want that out. We want that out of the zone. We didn't want that one out of the zone, though. That was a nice fastball. It's a nice split, too. And thankfully, that's going to result in an out. Nice. Very efficient inning on that one. And thankfully, we get out of that one with no runs and no hits. And thankfully, the offense picks up a run. So as long as we keep it at 3, we actually have a shot here. Get foul. Thank you. Don't hit the guy. Oh, okay. Good. I thought he was going to hit the vendor there. That would have been sad. Let's go Slurve.
Ball, that's out.
For that being early, that actually was not the worst pitch. That was actually a good location. That's even better. It's fine. That's okay. Just missed. That one didn't, though. That one was right in the middle of the zone, and that is going to be a base hit to lead off the 3rd inning. Again, the last thing that we want to do right there. That's all right. You got the 4-hitter up. Maybe you can ground it to a double play. That would be ideal. Shades of our former self from, 2024. No effort. 0 effort whatsoever from the infield. Man, we got really spoiled with having Lindor as our shortstop, didn't we? Oh, we do have a dynamic challenge again, and honestly, I want to strike out this batter. Let's go with the changeup to lead off. That looks good. It's going to be in the zone. Let's go fastball up and in. Jam him a little bit. That's what we wanted. And we're going to be able to strike this guy out. You knew he was not going to get there. The changeup down and away will get him. There it is. I can't believe he made contact. We need to get that out just a little bit more. And yeah, we're gonna definitely make up for that pitch right there. Well, at the very least, it's going to be a double play. And now we got 2 outs. Man on 3rd. But we did not get that strikeout. It's okay, though. Because, again, as long as we get out of this with no runs, that's the most important thing. As we clip the zone with that fastball, and we love to see that. Jam him with this fastball. See if we can get it to come back into the zone. Can he get there? No. It's going to be a double. And it does score a run. That's unfortunate. Please keep us in the game. I want to get out of this inning. I want to get through the 4th at the very least. That's got to be an E8, yeah? Earned run allowed. Bro, he had that in his glove and he dropped it. That should be an unearned for sure. You gotta love MLB The Show. Still don't know the difference between an earned run and an unearned run. As thankfully, that is going to be a ground out on the first batter of the inning. And at the very least, we're going to get through this one efficiently. At the bottom of the order. Nope, we don't get that one, though. All right, let's go. Let's go with the change. Why not? That feels good. There it is. That's perfect. He didn't want that pitch. Go fastball up and in. That looks good. But he ain't going to swing at it. So let's go down and in with the changeup. Again, change his eye level. Granted, that one stayed up more than we wanted it to. And now we're going to finish him with the slurve. Get it down and out. Get him to swing at it. How did he make contact? But the second baseman's there and makes the play. Good job, buddy. Although we wish that could have been a strikeout. All right, let's start this guy with the slurve, though. Nice. Okay, good. Let's go change up. I feel like going off speed to this guy is probably going to be the key.
That's a ball.
All right, we're not getting that call. That's okay. Let's go back to the slurve. That looks good. And now we finish with that fastball up and in. This is going to be strikeout number 4 of the game, I think.
That's a ball.
Okay, well now I see why they drafted him. Let's go slurp down and out. 2-2 count. Get it out. There it is. That's what I'm talking about. We get through the fourth. We finish that on a strikeout. Now we just need to put up a ton of runs. And some of that's going to come down to us because no outs, man on first. This guy's got a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. So let's be ready for that. Just a little early. A little early on the changeup. We were ready for the fastball. He could tell that that's what we were looking for. So let's see if we can find it this time. Let's get it. Like, I knew as I was hitting the button, don't swing. But I did it anyways like a dumbass. Come on. And it's not going to start with us, because we end up striking out. This has been a rough first episode. Guys, look at that. We get taken out right away. And yeah, it does not look like we're going to start off Double-A really well. Good news is at least we're still in the game. Now, if we can hit better, that would be great. We're only hitting 111, which is embarrassing as we can't catch up to that four-seamer. I don't know why we were looking off speed, but we were. Come on, Ty. Right down the middle again, please. All right, well, that's in play. That's going to be another ground out. This is a bad game again. And yeah, we're definitely going to get the loss, but we can try to salvage this by getting a base hit. Please. Were we late?
0-1.
Too early. Wow, that's rough. Okay, that's fine. That was the fastball, too. That could have been the pitch. At least it hit... never mind. Come on. Do not go 0 in this game as well. You're better than this. Correction. No, we're not. And if we could get demoted to Single-A, I think that would probably be the case. So again, really, really bad first episode. We started off so promising. 2 singles in the first 2 games, and then went 0 in the next 3. And not just that, but a really horrible outing. We start off the season 0-1, 8 hits, 5 earned, even though one of those shouldn't have been, with 1 walk. And we only had 3 strikeouts. I thought we had 4, but apparently I can't count. But don't worry, guys. This is going to be a grind. This is only the first one. Look at how much we improved in 24 from where we started in Double-A up to the majors. I mean, honestly, when we started that series, if you told me that we were going to win the Cy Young even just once, I wouldn't have believed you. But twice in a row, that's absolutely nuts, which means that I know we're going to be okay with this guy. Maybe not in the batter's box, but definitely on the mound. We'll improve a lot of things going forward, but it doesn't look like we're going to get our next start until Game 1 against the Clingstones. That's Columbus? Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, somewhere in the south. That's great. But either way, it looks like we might be able to get into these last 4 games against Montgomery just as a hitter and a third baseman. But we'll definitely see as it goes on. Again, the way that we're hitting, if they take us out of the lineup, I'm not going to be surprised. But again, we need to pick it up in all facets of our game. Fielding, pitching, and hitting. Again, it's going to be a grind, but we're going to get up there at some point. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't worry, we're definitely going to get better. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to go down and drop a like. If you're new, subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.